Hey guys, Lord Naren, White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video in my Daily Diary series. As usual, before I discuss what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Diary video, I want to read you a chapter from the Bible. Today it will be the book of Job, chapter 40. Moreover, the Lord answered Job and said, Shall he that contendeth with the Almighty instruct him? He that reproveth God, let him answer it. Then Job answered the Lord and said, Behold, I am vile. What shall I answer thee? I will lay mine hand upon my mouth. Once I have spoken, but I will not answer, yea, twice, but I will proceed no further. Then answered the Lord unto Job out of the whirlwind and said, Gird up thy loins now like a man. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me. Wilt thou also disannul my judgment? Wilt thou condemn me, that thou mayest be righteous? Hast thou an arm like God, or canst thou thunder with a voice like him? Deck thyself now with majesty and excellency, and array thyself with glory and beauty. Cast abroad the rage of thy wrath, and behold every one that is a proud, and abase him. Look on every one that is proud, and bring him low, and tread down the wicked in their place. Hide them in the dust together, and bind their faces in secret. Then will I also confess unto thee that thine own right hand can save thee. Behold now Behemoth, which I made with thee, he eateth grass as an ox. Lo now his strength is in his loins, and his force in the navel of his belly. He moveth his tail like a cedar, the sinews of his stones are wrapped together. His bones are as strong as pieces of brass, his bones are like bars of iron. He is the chief of the ways of God. He that made him can remake his sword to approach him. Surely the mountains bring him forth food, where all the beasts of the field play. He lieth under the shady trees, in the covert of the reed and fence. The shady trees cover him with their shadow, the willows of the brook compass him about. Behold, he drinketh up a river, and hasteth not. He trusteth that he can draw up Jordan into his mouth. He taketh it with his eyes, his nose pierceth through snares. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. So you see me doing some research. I'm looking So I've never heard of this creature Behemoth mentioned in this chapter. Fascinating. So basically, Behemoth is a primeval chaos monster that was created by Jehovah at the beginning of creation. And there's another monster that Behemoth is paired with, Leviathan. And this just goes to show, how great God is, And, when you read the verse, I understand that there's other things I want to discuss in this chapter. I just want to start with, you can see here, Behold, he drinketh up a river, and hasteth not. He trusteth that he can draw up Jordan into his mouth. Behemoth is so large, he can drink the river Jordan into his mouth. Think about that. That is amazing. That's how large the reference of Behemoth is. So I love at the beginning of this chapter the way Job humbles himself to Jehovah. He talks about how he basically will listen to God. Job says he's vile, and said, "What shall I answer thee?" Basically saying that God is the way. He is the Almighty, and He is the one to trust. And I love the way Jehovah says powerfully. He says, "Gird up thy loins now like a man. I will demand of thee, and declare thou unto me." And then he goes, and then beautifully he says on here, in Job 49, he says, "Hast thou an arm like God, or canst thou thunder with a voice like him?" How beautiful that is. "Hast thou an arm like God, or canst thou thunder with a voice like him?" Think about again the idea, God rhetorically asking, do you think you're omnipresent? Do you think you're omnipotent? Do you think you're omniscient? You know, I don't know, I'm adding this for myself. Do you delusionally believe, when rhetorically asking Job, you don't delusionally believe that you're somehow, something other than a man, right? And Job, of course, Job is perfect in that he fears God and eschews evil. And I like this part now, where God tells Job to prepare himself in this way. God says, "Deck thyself now with majesty and excellency, and array thyself with glory and beauty. Cast abroad the rage of thy wrath, and behold, every one that is proud abase him. Look on every one that is proud and bring him low, and tread down the wicked in their place. Hide them in the dust together, and bind their faces in secret. Then will I also confess unto thee that thine own right hand can save thee." A very powerful, very powerful, very powerful verse, passage there, where God charges Job to find the proud and debase them, basically. So really powerful that God seems to task Job with this. I want to get a different translation here. So I'm looking, I wanted to look up, so he's actually, excuse me, God is being rhetorical. Oh, he's being rhetorical. Wow, that's really powerful. Think about it. I actually misinterpreted that. God is not tasking Job. God is rhetorically telling Job. Think about how powerful God is. Look at what he says now. Let's read the passage again. I understand now what he's saying. God is saying, "Hast thou an arm like God, or canst thou thunder with a voice like him?" So are you like boom, are you like, have this powerful voice from the heaven or something like that? Now here it says, "Deck thyself now with majesty and excellency, and array thyself with glory and beauty." He's speaking, facetiously. He's not actually saying like that Job should do this. What he is saying is that if you think you have an arm like God and a voice like God, then you also will be able to bring these people low. And that think about that. Think about what he's saying. He says, "Cast abroad the rage of thy wrath, and behold, everyone that is proud and abase him." He's saying, everyone that is proud, abase him. So abase, the definition of abase, degrade them, degrade them, degrade them. And it says, "Look on everyone that is proud and bring him low, and tread down the wicked in their place." So he's saying, another way of saying it, he's saying, humble the proud, humble these wicked. If you believe you're God, go humble the wicked. Think about that. What a challenge that is. Think about that. Hide them in the dust together and bind their faces in secret. Then Jehovah says, "Then will I confess unto thee that thine own right hand can save thee." He's speaking facetiously because he knows that man's own power will not save him, but salvation comes from God. And that is such a powerful idea, because he's telling them, if you are so great, go defeat all your enemies. And then Jehovah will say, "By your own power have you defeated them." But he said, because of course he's speaking facetiously. He's actually saying, only by God's power is victory possible. And yeah, absolutely, absolutely, because he's telling Job that, that obviously that's not the way. That, one thing I often say is that victory is not achieved by strength of arms, but by the Lord thy God. And that's exactly what Jehovah echoes in this chapter. And so with that, I want to go ahead and end the Bible reading there for today and transition over to what I have achieved since yesterday's Daily Dive video. Since yesterday's Daily Dive video, I worked my software developer job, I worked at my core, I uploaded and scheduled the Daily Dive video for 6/13/23, and I have created, uploaded, and will schedule today's Daily Dive video for 6/14/23. And with no further achievements since yesterday's Daily Dive video, I want to go ahead and say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Light be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.